Hello, I'm Alex Mulcahy. I'm the publisher of Good Magazine, and I'm here today with Nathaniel Popkin, author of a half dozen books, and we're here today to talk to him about his most recent or forthcoming book. It's called To Reach the Spring, From Complicity to Consciousness in the Age of Eco-Crisis. These are strange times. You and I are about the same age, and I actually grew up about 100 miles north of here, but I feel like we have both witnessed the erosion of seasons and relentless summers. It's a strange feeling, and a feeling of alienation, and I think loss. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we are, as I call it, in an age of loss, and that means for things that we assumed would always be part of the world we live in, like, you know, it's like the memory of childhood, driving to the campsite at night, and the bugs hitting the windshield. There aren't any more bugs hitting the windshield, or very, very much fewer. We've certainly lost winter in any substantial way. We've lost ways of living and beings that are part of who we are as human beings. And we've lost landscapes. We are losing glaciers. We are losing snowy mountains. We have lost rivers to dams. We have lost mountains to mines. I mean, the list goes on and on. We have lost every possible kind of ecosystem has been buried under asphalt, right? So it is, as we were talking before, a relentless assault on what was here. And where we're sitting right now, this is the Delaware River, was once the river of the Lenape people who lived here before Europeans came and essentially obliterated them or sent them into exile. And we are living with the remains of that. We're living with the remains of intensive industrialization that happened starting in the 18th century, going into the 20th century. So there's a lot of loss, and it's a painful loss. And unless we look at it and see it and take account of it for ourselves personally, I think we're burying something inside of us that is that keeps us from being present, that keeps us from living fully right now.
Yeah, and one of the things that I found very powerful and resonant with the book is how personal this is. A central conceit of this book is that you are speaking to your unborn grandchild. You have two kids. How old are they?
My kids are almost 21 and 18.
Okay, so who knows? Maybe.
Well, like I say, you know, anything is possible. I don't expect to be a grandfather anytime soon. It would be quite a shock. However, I'm thinking of this. I mean, for our kids, and you have younger kids, Alex, right? Like, it's gut-wrenching to think about what we have burdened them with. Our lives will go by, and we'll continue to see change, intensification of heat, the loss of ecosystems. We'll begin to see probably a great deal of like furthering of refugee crises and things like that in our lifetimes. But in our kids' lifetimes and their kids' lifetimes, they're going to experience a complete collapse of ecological systems. And it's our fault. It's our fault, it's our parents' fault, it's their parents' fault. This goes back a long time to the age of fossil fuels.